Welcome to another episode on Car Chat TV. I'm really excited today because you know what? I've seen a lot of these on the road. They're becoming more and more popular. The Hyundai i30N Performance. Now this is the Fastback. I'm super excited about this car. Let's just drink in some of the features. Look at the angulation. Now this is the facelift variant. Look at this V, a giant V on the headlight. It looks great, and I love this color. The color with the black elements work really well. 19-inch rims, great design of the wheel, popping red caliper, gives it that fast, sporty feel. And round the back, so this isn't the hatchback, this is the Fastback. We've got that sloping tail here with a little bit of a black spoiler, nice and racy, Fastback logo. And you know what? Every time you see these on the road, you hear them, don't you? They've got that sweet sound, the crackle, the pop. Some people say, well, I'm not too sure about it. And some people love them. So do you know what? Before we get going, I'm gonna jump in the driver's seat and let's listen to what this car sounds like on start up. Okay, these things sound really cool. Let's start this up. Make sure it's in sport mode as well. Oh, it sounds, I can feel that hum. Right, there's a little button on the wheel, little flag, blue button. Got it in neutral. Let's give it a rev. Sport mode. That sounds decent. Can you hear the cackles, the pops? So that's revving up to, it red lines at 7. It's got a bit of a, it stops at 6, can't get it past 6, which we know these day and ages you've got that limiter on there, but this is addictive, you know, it does sound good. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. So now, for fun time, I'm taking out the i30N Fastback. First impressions, wheel is nice and chunky. It kind of gives me a bit of a BMW vibe. You know the BMW chunk girth you get with the wheel? The paddles are wicked. Some manufacturers get the paddles wrong. These are nice. They're metallic, they're aluminium, they go a little bit longer at the bottom. The car feels stiff at the moment. So there's 3 drive modes, which you can push on the wheel, which I love. And they're blue, I like the blue. They're like a baby blue that you see the Fastbacks and the i30N colors in. So when I push that drive mode, very simple, streamlined, normal, balanced, steering's a little bit lighter. We've got the sport and we've got the eco when you want to save your miles per gallon. I think these cars do around 35-ish miles per gallon, might be a bit under. So it's a little bit of a performance car, you know, a hot hatch. So we're going to go straight into sport, and wow, I can feel that firm up. That firms up. Steering's there. Suspension's a little bit firmer. Now I want to get this on a little bit of a straight road because this does 0 to 62 in 5.9 seconds. Now that's decent. It's not up there with the Golf Rs and the Honda Civic Type R, but you know what? It's quicker than the Volkswagen GTI that does it in about 6.3, and it's quicker than the BMW 128 Ti, which does it in about 6.1. So 5.9 seconds is some good performance. So I'm in sport mode. I want to feel 5.9 seconds, 0 to 62. Let's go. Okay, a little bit of wheel spin there. Oh, that sounds good. And there we go, we've got it. Do you know what? That feels good. That's responsive. As I was coming up to a corner, this thing just felt so planted. I turned the wheel, point direct. Fantastic. I love that. A bit of wheel spin, the shuddering. That's going to look great on camera. And you know what, visibility is great. I don't see too much bonnet, but what I can see in the corners is just that little crease where I can just point, use that crease as my anchor point and throw it into the corner. Okay, adrenaline's pumping, that was fun. So let's talk about some stats, because this is a 2-litre turbo 4-pot 4-cylinder. It's got 276 brake horsepower, 392 meters of torque, and like we said, I rattle on that 0 to 62 in 5.9 seconds. Awesome, 35 mpg. But this is a little hot hatch. It's performance. So far, I've really enjoyed just the experience of just jumping in and just giving it a little bit of a hoon. Steering feels great. The steering does feel great. There's 3 modes we spoke about earlier. You're going to find yourself in sport mode in this car. If you're looking for this car, now if you're wondering how much it is, it's around 35k. But for that, you get a decent interior. It's got an 8-speed DCT gearbox, which, you know what, feels great in its workings. those changes just feel so immersive, so connected with the road, and I'm just gently putting my foot on the accelerator, and this thing wants to go, and it looks great as well. So if you're someone that doesn't want a Golf GTI, you don't want the BMW 128, you know, you don't want to be part of the crowd, and you want to stand out a little bit, let's be honest, this is a good alternative, and the sound is great too. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about the features on the steering wheel, because we've got this button here called the NGS, which is just above the flag button, and what that does, the N mode, when you put it into that, goes into N mode, everything just sharpens up. But if you press the NGS, which is N Grin Shift, and you're sitting behind something, you press that, you've got 20 seconds of power now. You get an extra 10 brake horsepower, and if you've just seen there, the car just turns into an absolute demon, literally an absolute demon. So the 20 seconds, we're going to do that again. So what happens is, we're going to just come out of the drive mode. Let's do that again. Right, so I'm going to go into N mode. Now when you press the NGS mode, the 20-second timer comes up on the screen. Extra 10 brake horsepower. The engine and the gearbox talk to each other. What gear do I need to be in the best to give the ultimate performance? And then you literally get a countdown timer. It's like an arcade game. So we've got a nice bit of straight road. I'm just driving along, and then all of a sudden I hit the NGS button and say, look, I need some performance. And it says conditions not met. So I've got 5 seconds. All right, so you can't just keep pressing it. So this time we're going to press it. Now you want to try and do it on a straight road, because it's pretty like intense. If you heard all of that, it just kind of, it came to life. Everything came to life. So let's try again. Ready? Right, there we go. Listen, 20 seconds, 19. I've got pure performance here, and this is like putting such a big smile on my face. Like, 10 seconds left. Come on, use the performance. It sounds incredible, and the steering is so precise. It is moving. 1 second and that is over. Wow, that is like being on a roller coaster ride. And some people might think that's a little bit novelty, you know, a little bit of a boost button. I don't care. I love that. Remember, you ever get a go in the Hyundai i30 Fastback, get on and press the NGS button, because it's epic. So if you're wondering about space, this i30N Fastback has got 450 litres of boot space, and we'll show you the boot because it is pretty big and you can get plenty of stuff down there. Now I've got Adam in the rear seats, and it'll be good to have a little chat with him and talk about comfort levels. So Adam, talk to me.
Okay, well, so I'm in the back of the Hyundai, and to be fair, the seats are really nice. They're nice and leather. We've got the camera set up. You can see you've got plenty of knee room. I mean, I'm a fairly short guy anyway, so normally that's not an issue. But I think if you do have the seats back, so if you have a tall person in the front, you're going to struggle with knee room in the back. It can be quite compact. We've got plenty of headroom, as you can see, and the seats generally feel quite nice, like they're quite comfy, quite squishy. The only thing, tiny gripe, would be like something better to like hold on with your hand here. You just sort of put your hand rested here, there's nothing to sort of hold on to apart from this rail here, but some people would like a little bit of extra grip, but that's about it really. I think plenty enough space for me, so there you go.
Fair enough. And one thing he touched on there with the seats do feel good quality, and the mixture of leather and Alcantara suede, it just feels really plush. And you know what, this is more, the demographic I see, this is a little bit more of a driver's car, so your eyes aren't too focused on the interior. You're looking ahead, you've got those different settings, you've got that NGS mode. So someone who wants a little bit of a hot hatch, someone that wants something that doesn't look like everyone else, they want the sound. It does tick that box. The sound is great. It's also got that auto blip feature where it revs up when you change gear, which you can turn off with the touch of a button. You've got those drive modes as well. The handling is, I've been really impressed with the handling of the car. It's adaptive dampers on standard on the i30 Performance N. So I think the type of people that want a bit of a driver's car, want a bit of engagement with that ride, They're not too fussed about masses of space. You have got some good space with the car. The interior, again, good, ticks the box. And I think genuinely people that go out there and test drive this car are going to fall in love with it. Right, so I'm on my way back to jump out of the car. I'll let you know my thoughts about it, but I just thought I'd have a little look at the miles per gallon average. We've been out in it about 15 minutes now. 16.2 mpg. Now, that's a little bit way off of the 35 miles per gallon, 35.3 that Hyundai state, but it is a fun car, it's gonna happen. But 16.2 mpg, ouch. Wow, genuinely, that is the most fun I've ever had in a hot hatch. This car is insane. And also, look, it's practical, 5 doors. Guys, genuinely, I wanna know, what would you rather have over the i30N Performance Fastback? Let me know in the comments below. What have we done today in this episode? We've seen its performance, 5.9 seconds. That was fun. It handles tremendously good. It was so much fun. Now don't forget, if you love cars, it makes perfect sense to get subbed. Throw me a like and I'll see you on the next one.